Hello friends, welcome to yet another brand new video of my cricket brains. So in this video, I plan to say today's cricket news. So in this video, I plan to say about the best ODI team of the decade. Talking about the best ODI team of the decade, I have four batsmen, one wicketkeeper, two clean all-rounders, three pace bowlers, and one spinner. So it's gonna be quite exciting to see this 11, and at the end I hope that you like this video and also like this ODI team of the decade 11 as well. So coming back to the video, let us talk about the openers of this illustrious team in my opinion. Number 1, Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma in the last 5 or 6 years has been in complete destructive form. Whenever his team needs him the most, he delivers, especially in must-win situations or in crust matches like India versus Pakistan welcome matches and many other knockout games, etc. Rohit Sharma has always led from the front, and that's quite evident because he is the leading run scorer of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. He has been in tremendous form and also broke Kumar Sangakkara's record of the most centuries in the World Cup edition. Rohit Sharma has not only the ability of scoring centuries and match-winning knocks, but also the ability of a captaincy records as well. Rohit playing for Mumbai Indians in IPL has a tremendous captaincy record as well, winning the Wankhede team five IPL trophies, which is the most by any IPL team yet so far. And that's why Rohit Sharma's captaincy can also be quite handy in must-win situations. Number 2, David Warner. David Warner is yet another no-brainer's choice. He is an automatic player when we are seeing his performances in the last 3 or 4 years or so. Started his international career with a bang, scoring 59 runs of 42 balls against South Africa in his T20 career. David Warner repeated his best form in the ODI team as well, scoring runs quickly and also giving the team a brisk starts. As well as Rohit Sharma, maybe David can also have his captaincy skills as handy as in the Sunrisers Hyderabad team as well. David Warner led SRH to the maiden IPL trophy back in 2016, defeating Royal Challengers Bangalore in the IPL final in 2016. Thus, Rohit Sharma and David Warner will form a formidable pair in the top order itself and can give any team a brisk starts. After hearing the opening pair, maybe some of the people may think about the exclusion of West Indies legend Chris Gayle as well as New Zealand's brisk hitter Brendon McCullum. It is of course a tough choice of not letting them in this illustrious team, but there is no other option because we can keep Gayle at number 3 and Brendon McCullum at number 4. Means we can just keep out Rohit and David as well out of the team when we are seeing his current performances. So that's why I was forced to just left out Gayle and Brendon McCullum out of this 11, whereas Rohit and David Warner will take his positions at number 1 and number 2 respectively. At the middle order, it is more solid when you have the likes of Virat Kohli, De Villiers and MS Dhoni. You don't want anything else. Aggression plus superpower plus cool mind, and that's what I have in my middle order of this team. Having one of the most fearful players in cricket history, Virat Kohli and De Villiers at number 4, it will form a formidable 3 and 4 players at number 3 and number 4 players as Virat Kohli, if you are seeing at the current Indian captain, it has almost broke every single records. He has scored more than 12,000 runs in ODI cricket and also took almost 60 50s and 43 centuries. Talking about his RCB friend David De Villiers at number 4, he is a super mind player because there is no objection about David De Villiers if one said that he is the greatest batsman of of his generation. AB de Villiers, whenever he walks out in the pitch, there is always a shiver in the bowler's spine, and that's how AB de Villiers creates his confidence. Means he uses the advantage of his flexibility and scores many extraordinary shots that world cricket has never seen. And thus, AB de Villiers is an automatic choice in this team as well as Virat Kohli. Number 5, we have the most cool-minded player in cricket history, or the most cool-minded player that one has ever seen, MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni, always known as Captain Cool, as the name suggests, it says that MS Dhoni is a brilliant captain. Not only because sometimes some other captains in must-win situations may show their aggression, but MS Dhoni is not like that. He uses his patience, he calms down and tries to advise his bowlers about what to do, and that's why India, for me, has achieved a lot of success. MS Dhoni always likes to lead from the front and deliver when things need the most. And Dhoni, also known as the best finisher with his finishing abilities that we see in the 2011 World Cup final against Sri Lanka, there is no doubt that Dhoni is one of the most greatest players, or at least the greatest wicketkeepers that modern day cricket has ever seen. Number 6, Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh is yet another no-brainer's choice. If you are a fan of the 2011 World Cup squad of Team India, then you will be 100% or 1000%. I am sure that you are not gonna left out Yuvraj Singh in your ODI team of the decade, and that's how Yuvraj Singh is one of the most greatest all-rounders, at least for Team India. In the 2011 World Cup final, where it matters the most, Yuvraj Singh, even though he just contributed 16 or 18 runs, built a solid partnership with MS Dhoni at the other end to take India home against a formidable Sri Lankan bowling attack. And that's how India won the World Cup after 28 years, first a win in 1983 and now in 2011. Talking more about Yuvraj Singh, in his 2011 World Cup campaign, he was diagnosed with cancer in his left lung, which almost led the Indian team management to lift out Yuvraj Singh from the squad, which was a tough decision. But Yuvraj Singh continued to play in the 2011 World Cup for India, even though he knew that his physical condition was not in favor of him. After he revealed his medical condition after the 2011 World Cup, everyone was left with shock, and also from all around the world, they congratulated Yuvraj Singh for not giving up. And also because of this determination of Yuvraj Singh, he was also awarded as the man of the tournament as well, with his fine all-round performances. Whenever coming for Team India in must-win situations, scoring runs, as well as with his spin bowling department giving crucial wickets for MS Dhoni and his team in the 2011 World Cup team. Number 7, Ben Stokes. Talking about Ben Stokes, he is almost irresistible in the last couple of years or so. We have seen Ben Stokes putting some unbelievable performances, especially in the last 2 years or 3 years or so. Because in 2019, we have seen the best of Ben Stokes for me, giving England two of the most prestigious things that one has ever seen in world cricket. Number 1, ICC World Cup Trophy 2019 and the Ashes. ICC World Cup 2019 cricket final, I just don't want to say, because even through 1 year has passed, no one would have forgot it, and I'm damn sure about it. Ben Stokes proved who he is and scored a magnificent 86 runs against his own country, New Zealand, and at the last, that 86 runs was a match-winning knock for Ben Stokes and England. He received happiness and happiness from many other players, people all around the world. And even Ken Williamson had applauded Ben Stokes for his brilliant knock against New Zealand in the 2019 World Cup final. Second, the Ashes. Ashes is one of the most brilliant things, or one of the most looked after Test series after the Cricket World Cup 2000, Cricket World Cup, ODI World Cup. Ashes in 2019 between Australia and England was a tight Test series as it was drawn. That means both Australia and England didn't get the Ashes trophy this time. But Australia could have easily got the Ashes trophy if Ben Stokes would not have been there in the England team. And you have not forgotten that series as well. One of the most iconic Test innings of all time, scoring 136 runs against a Australian pace bowling attack that consists of Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins and George Hazlewood, takes you to a legendary level. He also surprisingly put a magnificent 80 runs last wicket partnership for Jack Leach. And also Jack Leach, when 2 runs were needed, Jack Leach was on strike and he luckily got bat on ball and just taken a single. And everyone has been applauding that single from that day on and has been calling as the run of the century. Talking about Ben Stokes, as we all know, is an all-round player. Means in the field as well, he has been very good, taking some brilliant catches as well as with his ball. He has been efficient for England, and thus he has been the number 1 all-rounder. And as the batting as well, you just don't want to say anything about that because I already said in the 2019 World Cup and the Ashes Test series against Australia as well. So at number 8, Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc is yet another aggressive left-hand fast bowler from Australia. He is one of the most dominant players in his area, in his generation, especially in the pace bowling is concerned. He was his mighty best in the 2015 World Cup, where he was a main man for the Michael Clarke-led Australia in the 2015 World Cup, especially in the bowling department. Mitchell Starc can also provide some batting depth in the team as well, can score some crunchy shots, can score some big shots, and can also maybe be promoted at number 6 or number 5 if the team management needs. So, and Mitchell Starc as well, even though he hasn't played that much IPL games IPL is concerned, but in international arena he is a big boss. He had a record of 86 best score in a Sheffield match, and also in his left arm bowling he is Steve Smith's main man. And then at number 9, Lasith Malinga. Lasith Malinga is a no-brainer's choice about what we are seeing from this great man, especially in the bowling department is concerned. If Lasith Malinga is not there in any bowling team, then there is something left out. Because you have Mitchell Starc and you need that versatility in your team. You need that brilliant reflexes from Lasith Malinga so that you're gonna get that toe-crushing Yorkers. And always just feel the batsman uncomfortable with his fiery short balls as well as toe-crushing Yorkers as well. Even though Malinga is not at his very best in this year or in the last year or so, he has been in his mighty best in the 2015 World Cup and the 2011 World Cup, where he dismissed both Virender Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar, two of the most greatest batsmen that Indian cricket has ever seen. Virender being the greatest opener, whereas Sachin being the god of cricket. So there is no objection of letting Lasith Malinga in the team. Number 10, Jasprit Bumrah. There has been a lot of discussions about between Jasprit Bumrah and the fiery Dale Steyn. Steyn, looking in the last 2 years, he has been in out of touch, and he is not the Steyn that we have been seeing in the 2015 World Cup. Dale Steyn, when he is at his very best, can put shivers on any spines of any batsman, even Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, De Villiers, anyone. He can put toe-crushing overs just like Malinga, or put brilliant length and line deliveries or short deliveries, etc. And that we have been seen in the 2015 World Cup. But in 2019 and the 2020 IPL is concerned, Steyn is just out of touch. In 3 matches he has played in IPL 2020, he has played 3 matches and also just took 1 solitary wicket. Also, that 1 solitary wicket was not from any top order batsman or any wicketkeeper or any all-rounder. It was just a wicket of a bowler. This shows the inconsistency or the out of form from Dale Steyn. And thus Dale Steyn, looking at the last 2-3 years, he has not been in form, and thus Jasprit Bumrah, who is the second highest wicket taker in the IPL, as well as had a brilliant form in the T20 series, in the ODI series, is coming back into the team at number 10 as the third fast bowler, accompanying Mitchell Starc and Lasith Malinga. Number 11 will be the only spinner of this team, Imran Tahir. Imran Tahir is one of the most fascinating cricketers that world cricket has ever seen. Whenever he is mostly famous for his run after always taking a wicket, and that is one of the most memorable sights that South African fans has ever seen. But unfortunately, Imran Tahir is getting old and is expected to retire within a year or so. He has already retired from the ODI team of South Africa, but has said his desire of playing for the T20 team of South Africa. But that all depends on his future. But in 2015-2014, he was at his very best, taking wickets at regular intervals, and can also be quite good in the fielding department as well, and help the captain out in his various bowling changes or fielding settlements as well. So guys, this is the 11 of my team, ODI team of the decade. So I really hope that you guys like this 11. And the reserves for this team is Chris Gayle as another opener, Brendan McCullum. I choose Brendan McCullum as an extra wicketkeeper batsman, number 2 wicketkeeper batsman. And then as a bowler, I took Dale Steyn, and number 5 and number 4 I took Steve Smith. So these are the reserves of my team, ODI team of the decade, which is Chris Gayle, Brendan McCullum, Kane Williamson and Dale Steyn. So guys, this is the ODI team of the decade as well as the reserves. So I really hope that you like this video as well as liked about the ODI team of the decade. So thank you friends for watching my channel, and if you like this ODI decade, you're gonna like many more other cricket news and videos and relevant news, etc., which I am going to provide. So kindly subscribe to the channel, and also kindly like and share the video. Also please comment down below about how the 11 was, so we can meet at the next video. Thank you.